What a weekend. What a weekend. It is right now, it is the day after Wrestlemania. It's Monday. Uh, uh, I don't know how I'm wanting to feel right now with this Wrestlemania, so I don't know um, really what to say to start off this video. So after a pretty interesting 2 nights of WrestleMania, of action, of drama, of crazy moments and weird moments. So yeah, welcome everybody to the BrewCrew channel. My name is Hayden Brewer. In today's video, we'll be going back over and reviewing WrestleMania 41 that just happened. Feels like it went by quick, if I'm honest with you. I don't know why. I have a different feeling this year than I did last year with WrestleMania 40. So I don't know. So kind of mostly because of course it's a lot of matches to go over. I kind of want to not really go through every match. I kind of want to go over some key not really key moments, but some key questions that I'm kind of asking myself to sort of answer. First is my thoughts on the whole show altogether, how I felt about it and whatever. Next is how I felt about the matches, not including the main events, though how I felt the matches before the main events for both nights, how I felt. I'm not going to go into details for each one. Probably just going to instantly talk about them, just say how I felt and all that. Then I would actually talk about both main events because that's kind of a separate thing I want to talk about because of how both main events were. So that's definitely going to be one. And kind of the final two, sort of the same thing, is kind of where does everything go after this Mania. Probably mostly we'll talk about that with the main events. But mostly kind of just ending off saying where does this WrestleMania land as with all the other WrestleManias? Was it bad? Was it good? Is it one of the best? Is it one of the worst? Or where does it sort of land on that scale? So with that being said, before we get into the video, if you guys are new, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell. Try to do wrestling content on this channel. I also do a little bit of football content as well on the channel. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. So we're first going to start off with my thoughts of the whole show. Not talking about just all the matches, but also just how I feel like the show went. Personally, the first night kind of started off slow, and the main event happened, which was good. But there were some surprising matches that went surprisingly well and exceeded my expectations of how I felt about the matches. And there were some matches that really didn't go the way that I thought they would go. Sort of mostly that's what night one was like. Night two, sort of the same way, but not towards the beginning. It was towards the middle part, and then towards the end, and then getting to the main event gave me that same feeling. But I'll get to night two's main event later on in this video. But mostly starting off just my thoughts. I would say it was an okay WrestleMania altogether. Night one, I don't know which night would be the best, because each night had amazing matches, and probably in my opinion probably would say night one maybe, but maybe night two is probably a little bit better, but I don't know. So those are kind of my quick little thoughts. With that section out of the way, let's just go ahead and quickly go into talking about the matches. Let's go quickly through them. Probably not going to try to spend a lot of time on each one or go into details for each one. I kind of want to save that time for going into details about the two main event matches. So we'll mostly just talk about the matches before the main events for each night. So let's start off with night one with the match that everybody knew was going to start off the night. Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this match exceeded everybody's expectations because nobody knew that Jay was actually going to put on a really good wrestling match, because everybody thought, oh, he's just going to do super kicks, there's going to be 50 billion super kicks he's going to use, and then he's going to hit the splash or whatever and going to win. Like, no, this was a pretty good wrestling. This was one of Jay's best matches. Not one of Gunther's best matches, but this was one of Jay's best matches. And of course, a lot of people have mixed reactions about how he won it, putting Gunther to sleep using his own sleeper hold finisher on Gunther. But, like, freaking Ilya Dragunov did the same thing. It's also probably because they're saying that because it's Jey Uso. But, like, Ilya Dragunov kind of did the same thing. But, so it was kind of a full circle moment, because, of course, what happened with Jimmy and then won the title, everybody was excited. I was definitely excited. I was jumping up and down excited about it. Him finally winning the World Championship after so many times, especially before his rivalry with Gunther, the stuff with Roman that he did back in 2021. And then, of course, having the moment with his brother Jimmy in the ring and fans going crazy and all that. So definitely was a really good match and a really good way to start off. The next match, of course, was the World Tag Team match. I already kind of voiced my opinion on my prediction video about it, so really I got nothing really much to say. It was how I thought the match would go, and New Day won. So, I mean, I kind of knew how the match was going to go. Literally, I kept hearing people saying, and even Santi, who's another wrestling YouTuber, bigger YouTuber than me, so he does wrestling content as well, but I was watching his live stream, or follow him on Instagram and all that. He was mostly saying, or I think he actually tweeted it on X. He said, like, this was mostly a match that could have happened on the Raw after WrestleMania, like tonight, because tonight's Monday right now. Or if you're watching this, it's probably Tuesday. I don't know when this video will come out. But no, the match was okay. I didn't really pay attention. It was probably one of the matches that I didn't really want to watch on this WrestleMania, but New Day won. Another title for them. Congratulations to them. Can see where it goes or something. I don't know. The next match, I don't know why I'm drawing blank now what the next match was. I think the next match was Jade and Naomi. So Jade and Naomi was really good. Really better match than the tag team match. Really amazing spots, and I still cannot get the image of Jade Cargill doing that freaking powerbomb maneuver, whatever you want to freaking call it, onto Naomi, and just like shocking everyone, and then of course pulling off the win. I see there's actually some people who kind of didn't want Jade to win, or like they probably should have gone Naomi because of like this new character arc, but it's like, it's not really going to hurt Naomi, you know. If Naomi's going this new character arc way, like, there could be something else she could go do. I mean, same thing for Jade Cargill. I mean, they could continue this rivalry, though. I mean, this doesn't have to be the last time. This could be a rivalry they could continue. So, I mean, we'll just have to see. The next match, I believe, I'm trying to remember, I'm sorry. The next match I can remember that I think was after Jade and Bianca was LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. Hey guys, so while I was recording this, actually not recording, editing this, I'm editing this right now and doing a voiceover, I totally forgot about one match, and that's this match, El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio, which would actually turn into Rey Fenix being the one to face El Grande. I totally forgot to talk about this match because I totally forgot this match happened. So quickly gonna go ahead and say I did actually enjoy this match. Kind of shocked that El Grande won, but of course Rey Mysterio was injured. So maybe there's definitely a big what if Rey won or not, was supposed to win or not, but I don't know. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that real quick before we get on into the video. Okay, continue on. Which also exceeded everybody's expectations of how the match, like, I didn't even actually know this, like, people thought this was going to be a squash match. Like, I didn't even say it was going to be a squash match. I thought it was going to be a pretty good, like, back and forth match. But in that, it was one of LA Knight's best matches. And, of course, an unbelievable WrestleMania moment everybody's going to remember is that freaking out of nowhere BFT intercepting Jacob Fatu's moonsault. I actually missed that spot. I was looking down at my phone, or, like, I was looking off somewhere, like, I think on my phone or my iPad, And I just remember like Michael Cole going crazy, he saying BFT. I thought he hit a BFT. I didn't even see the replay until later on, and then of course Fatu, pretty cool senton on the top rope that he did, and then he did his moonsault finisher twice and went on to win the U.S. title, as of course expected for everybody who predicted this match. And of course, definitely wanting to see where LA Knight goes with this. See what Jacob Fatu does as the new United States champion. So yeah, but then it kind of leads us to the co-main event. Oh man, it's kind of hard for me to even talk about this match. Is Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Man, I thought this match was going to be probably match of the night besides the main event. I was wrong. And I was, if I'm honest with you, very disappointed in this match. Because I thought it was going to be much better. I was bored. Even Santi said, because I was watching his live stream, he said it was also bored. He was bored as well. But, like, I mean, there were some pretty good spots and all that. I actually saw someone on Instagram, I think, that I follow on Instagram say that they stole the show, and I literally was like, what part of that match did they steal the show? Because I didn't see any part of the match that they stole the show. I didn't. Like, but, I mean, at least at the end of the day, they made the right decision and had Tiffany Stratton win. And I swear to God, I hope they do not continue this rivalry, because the build-up was weak. And that match was weak build-up. So, I mean, it's like I just, like, last year thinking about this match as a dream match when Charlotte came back. And, I mean, people can blame it on ring rust, chemistry between the two, timing off between the two or something. I don't know. It just didn't live up to Wrestlemania expectations of being a top match, especially in the women's division. So I definitely did not enjoy it. So, like I said before, not going to talk about the main events. The main events will be later on. So, quickly going to go through the night 2 matches, which shockingly actually started off with the women's triple threat match of Bianca, Rhea, and Io. And if both of these nights were combined together, that match would have been one of the matches to steal the show. Because my God, that was probably one of the best women's triple threat matches I've watched. And that was a perfect match to start off night 2 after a really good way to end off night 1, which we'll get to later, like I said before. But it was amazing spots, amazing way to finish it with Io Sky hitting the moonsault, sort of on both of them, but I mean, really good match, amazing chemistry as always between the three, and of course Io Sky winning, who I said was going to win the match. So I can't actually wait to see what they do in the future, especially after Mania, with her as a champion, continuing her reign as champion. So can't wait to see it. Hopefully it's going to be a good reign. So we'll see about that. And then the second match was also shocking because I didn't have those two matches. I had that triple threat match as like the co-main event, and then I think I had this match before it, and that's the Sin City street fight between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. And this lived up to expectations. It exceeded everybody's expectations of this just being a brutal war between these two. Amazing spots. I had Damian Priest winning it, but Drew McIntyre won, and looking back at it, I think it was the right choice. I think I actually, like, in my head, I changed my prediction of who I wanted to win, because of course, like, him, like, throughout the year, since last year's WrestleMania, he always lost to Damian, or he was always pinned by Damian. So this match, he won a really good Sin City street fight, and a really good way to end with the Claymore to the chair in the corner. Amazing spots, like I said before. So this was an all in all, this is definitely a really good, amazing potential WrestleMania classic in the future that definitely I would go back to rewatch this match a lot. So yeah. Of course, my prediction was wrong though, because I did have Damian Priest win, but I'm okay with Drew McIntyre winning. And then I believe the next match wasn't the Fatal 4-Way, right? I don't know. I think I'm just going to go off the top of my head. I believe the next match... No, I think the next match was Randy's mystery opponent. If I'm not in order, it's fine. I'm still going to talk about all of them. Yeah, I think this is right, though. But Randy's mystery opponent, which I did not talk about in my prediction video, because I didn't know Randy was actually supposed to have an official match. So, sorry about that. So his mystery opponent ended up actually being Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion. And it actually shocked me. I did not expect it. I was either expecting maybe Nick Aldis, the SmackDown GM, or returning Rusev, which I don't know. They haven't really done anything about that because I know they're potentially going to bring back Aleister Black, or Aleister Black is going to return at some point. I think they said like the 25th, which I'm pretty sure is this week. So I think it's this Friday. But we'll see. Anyway, I mean, the match was okay. I mean, it was nothing spectacular. It was like them just kind of like doing some moves on each other, and then Randy hit a really good RKO out of nowhere on Joe Hendry doing his thing, his turnaround thing that he does, and then out of nowhere Randy Orton hits it, and then he shows respect to Joe Hendry, and then of course being Randy Orton, he has to put in one more. And also, if some fans didn't notice with his attire, his attire, of course, was kind of an Amish, I don't know, I can't freaking say the word. Paying tribute is what I said. I was thinking of another freaking word. Paying sort of tribute to his debut attire. He was kind of wearing the same kind of attire, color scheme, technically, attire, like, of his attire that he wore in his debut. So that was pretty cool to see. So, Randy Orton won, though, which, glad they actually did that, because then it's like, why would you make him lose? Because I'm pretty sure he is going to face the world champion, John Cena, if you did not see it, so Cena didn't win, at Backlash for the W title, because it's going to be in St. Louis. Anyway, on to next match, the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental title. Breaker, Penta, Dom, and Finn in a Fatal 4-Way match. Definitely was an amazing Fatal 4-Way. Definitely is what everybody thought. And of course, the winner came out as everybody predicted, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who a lot of fans say, and even I could say as well, even though I love Jey Uso, had a bigger crowd pop than Jey Uso. And of course, also seeing like after the crowd just go like chanting Dirty Dom's like name and all that, and it's like, but then I kind of like it when I've seen people say like Dirty Dominic was never really a heel. It's just the fans love to boo him and not make him talk, because that's literally what it was like when he joined the Judgment Day. The crowd would not let him talk. He was booed constantly in every arena, and now here he is at WrestleMania 41, winning the Intercontinental Championship. Like his father, Rey Mysterio, who did it at WrestleMania 25 against JBL. So that's a pretty cool moment for the Mysterio family, and definitely interested to see how they do his reign and what they're gonna do for the rest of this like Judgment Day thing, especially with Finn. The match all around was really great. Of course, the freaking mega spear through the table by Braun Breaker to Carlito. Rest in peace, Carlito. But yeah, so a really good match. And prediction was right with Dominic Mysterio winning. And so yeah, the next match, Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Now, this match, I don't want to say it was bad. It was probably one of the weaker matches of night 2. And I don't know why they had Logan Paul win. I just feel like I wanted AJ Styles to win, because like he keeps saying he has like he's saying he's not wrestling until 50, and he's like 46, 47 right now. He's got a couple more years left with wrestling in WWE, and it's like, why would you not have him win? But then, of course, like, I don't know, maybe they're going to continue this rivalry between the two or something. I don't know what they're going to do with Styles. I don't know what the heck Logan Paul's going to do. Freaking hate him. But Logan Paul won, didn't really get my prediction right, so I don't know, it's just kind of a weaker match. It's not really a memorable match that I'll probably go back to rewatch again in the future or something. I don't know. And then, shockingly enough, the co-main event was the women's tag team titles, which, shockingly, I didn't know this until, like, later on in the night, or I think it was actually the previous night. I saw the match card for Sunday, and I saw the women's tag match, and it was supposed to be Lyra and Bayley as the challengers, but Bayley apparently got injured. I don't know when, I can't remember. So Lyra was going to have a mystery partner. Everybody knew who it was. Everybody knew who it was. It was Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch and Lyra, of course, both from Ireland. Lyra, of course, being the sort of protege to Becky, and of course, I had Liv and Raquel winning, but then of course it switched once Becky Lynch came back. But I still had that feeling inside me. I was like, I feel like Becky's gonna do something to Lyra, but that didn't happen. And Becky and Lyra are your women's tag team champions, and Lyra is a double champion, with holding both the women's tag title and the women's intercontinental title. So the match was actually okay. It was kind of better than the previous match and kind of exceeded expectations how I thought the match would go. So not a bad match, but kind of not really the match I would have put in the co-main event. But it is what it is, and we got new women's tag champs. All right. So the next thing that I was going to talk about separately, and of course I said this before, was the two main events. So let's quickly start with the night one main event. Oh my gosh. This was probably one of the best triple threat main events. This freaking triple threat weekend. Like 3 triple threat matches happened this weekend. The one at Stand and Deliver, NXT Stand and Deliver with the main event was amazing. The women's triple threat match, which was on night 2, was amazing. But this one, oh my goodness, like just the storytelling, the entrances were amazing. Of course, Living Color, live performance of CM Punk's theme and an amazing package video before, because of course this would be CM Punk's first ever main event coming out with Paul Heyman. And the match was amazing. Amazing storytelling with all three. Nearly a Shield powerbomb between the two, but Roman was like, no, I still will never align myself with you no matter what. And he does end up powerbombing CM Punk and Seth Rollins through both commentators, which I do want to say I did like how they did the commentary tables. They did them like the little like poker table, like dealing tables, whatever they're freaking called, in the casinos. So that was pretty cool how they did that. But those did break finally. Because I think a lot of people were wanting to see them break because they just didn't know how they were going to break or whatever. I don't know. But it finally happened, and it was just back and forth, just constant kickouts. I will probably never forget the moment of like CM Punk hitting a GTS on Seth, then getting hit by a spear by Roman, and then Seth out of nowhere hitting a curb stomp on Roman, and it was just craziness. And then finally Paul Heyman got involved, grabs a chair, not really puts in the middle. He, of course, is looking at both CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Because Tribal Chief, he's the wise man, and of course, best friend of CM Punk. He says sorry to Roman, gives the chair to CM Punk, goes into the ring, and of course, in my head, I was like, why are you getting in the ring? You're going to do something. Low blows CM Punk, gives the chair to Roman. Roman hits CM Punk multiple times with the chair. Then he turns around. Seth Rollins is in position. And Paul Heyman's like, look, remember the Shield. Because, of course, Seth Rollins betrayed Roman back 2014, years ago, breaking up the Shield. And definitely was a big moment in, of course, their relationship. Relationship down the line, of course, before he could finally get his revenge on the grandest stage. I knew from the moment, because Paul went behind Roman, and I knew from the moment, and you can even see it, you could see Paul, like, he's trying to time it right, because, of course, all that, he's, like, looking down, because he's, like, he's doing this a little bit, he's, like, looking at Seth, looking down, looking at Seth, looking down, and then he finally goes down, he does the same, like, low blow thing, that he did to CM Punk, and everybody was in shock. And I was sort of in shock, but I knew it was going to happen. And I know a lot of people didn't really expect it to happen, of Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman aligning themselves. But it's happened now. And Seth Rollins went on to win in an amazing Wrestlemania main event. And of course, once like they sort of went off air and they were starting the post show, you could just see how devastated both CM Punk and Roman Reigns were being portrayed by Paul Heyman. But then CM Punk got emotional because this was his first ever main event of years being in the business of wrestling, and of course with WWE as well, finally getting to main event of WrestleMania. And hopefully this is not the only one that he has for his career. Hopefully he has at least a few more left in his career before he retires. So definitely a special moment for him. Really amazing match, shocking moment to end it. Potentially could have been worthy to be main event of night 2, because that moves us to night 2's main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And man, everybody was hyped, but then like it was the Friday before, last Friday, the crowd just turned on Cody. They were booing, and they were booing in this match, mostly because I think a lot of the fans wanted to see John Cena win, but I don't know if that was like a sort of problem that ruined the match. But like, going to the match itself, like the match itself before the end was pretty good. It was pretty good spots, moments, Cody kicking out of multiple AAs and attitude adjustments, and like Cody trying to fight back. But it was just like every time when he finally fought back and like did something big against John Cena, the crowd would just boo him, and it's like he can't do his things anymore or whatever. So, but then it got to the point where Travis Scott came out, because Travis Scott aligned himself with The Rock and sort of John Cena, so he came out to help. And Santi, who I mentioned before, actually did another tweet saying "Here we go," because he thought, I even looked back at his live stream after the show, and he even said it. He thought, and I believe everybody else thought, and myself as well, like, okay, when is Rock coming out? Like, is Randy coming out? People even thought maybe Stone Cold was gonna come out and like help Cody or whatever. But no, it was just Travis Scott. And he did get hit by a crossroads, and Cody getting his sort of revenge back after being smacked by Travis Scott. But then the ending was just not how I thought it would happen. Like, so Cena had the title. He was about to hit Cody the first time. Cody grabs him. Cody takes the title, and Cody like kind of has hesitation of trying to hit Cena with the title. And then with his hesitation, ref is out of the ring, by the way. With, of course, the hesitation, he hits the low blow, grabs the title, hits Cody with the title. I was expecting maybe Cody to kick out and then whatever, or at least like hitting him with the title and then hitting another attitude adjustment. But the ref came back in and he hit the 1, 2, 3, and I was just like, okay. And like inside, like I don't know how to explain like how I was feeling. Like, I mostly wasn't being like, oh my gosh, he did it. Like, inside I was, but like, outside I was just like, what was that ending? Like, was that really it? Because I was expecting more. So, mostly overall, because I don't want to talk too much more about it, because this video is already being long, like, the first half of the match was good. Then once Travis Scott came out, I thought, okay, we're about to get some big moments or something, like people coming out to help both men or whatever. And then it was just like, no. It was just Travis Scott who came out, distracted Cody, pulled the ref out, went in, got hit with a crossroads by Cody, and then the thing at the end with Cena. And it was just like, okay. And I feel bad a little bit now looking back at it, that this is going to go down as his last ever WrestleMania main event, and last ever WrestleMania match, that it ended like that. And it's like, it's gonna be hard for me to like watch that match whenever I do watch it back, or if I ever do. But it's like, man, it's making night 1's WrestleMania main event like that. That main event could have been night 2's main event, because that could have been a better ending than us just being like, than some fan. I hope I was not the only fan that was just sort of confused, but on the inside, like, happy. He has the record, 17-time champion and all that, but I don't know. I don't know how I felt about those matches. So, especially well that match mostly. So I definitely made me feel a weird way after the match. So yeah. All right. So to kind of end it off, I know this has kind of been a long video to talk about, but I just had like a lot of thoughts to talk about with these matches. I'm getting hot if you can see my freaking face is red. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Anyway, so kind of just overall, kind of just going into the end of this video, we'll start off with just saying so. Overall, this WrestleMania, I don't think was bad. Was it better than WrestleMania 40? No. WrestleMania 40 was still way better than this WrestleMania, but this WrestleMania, I don't know if I would say it's in my top 10. It's probably not even definitely in my top 5. So it's probably around the top, maybe top 20 to top 25 of like all the WrestleMania matches. So it's good, just not one of the best. Because mostly like if you combine this together, it's probably around that. But there were still amazing moments with Jay winning finally, and amazing matches, and the amazing main event with night 1, and then the other amazing matches in night 2, and then of course yes with the amazing moment of John Cena winning number 17. So I mean they definitely had the moments. I think it just kind of will go down as one of those WrestleManias that like had a lot of hype into it with some matches, but that hype didn't really live up to the expectation with some of the matches. But the other matches definitely proved, and maybe in the future this could be a WrestleMania a lot of people would definitely go back to rewatch a lot. Maybe they'll skip some matches, but I guess there'll definitely be a lot more people talking about this match and try to rewatch it. I think a lot of fans could actually say, and even me, the only match probably not going to be rewatchable a lot is Charlotte versus Tiffany, because that was definitely hard to watch. So, all in all, if I would give it like a number value out of 10, I give it a good maybe 6.5 or 7 out of 10 overall. Because there was matches that I didn't really expect to be good, matches I didn't expect to be bad, and moments that I will definitely remember in the future happening. So not a bad WrestleMania, not one of the worst, but not one of the best. Pretty good to okay WrestleMania. So again, 6.5, 7 out of 10 if I would give it a number. So with that being said, again, sorry for this being a long video. I know it's long, but it was just a lot to talk about, and of course having to talk about 2 nights of shows and matches and all that other stuff. So yeah, so with that out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to, definitely leave a comment down below how y'all felt about WrestleMania, how you felt about some of the matches, and all the other stuff, wrestling-wise as well, especially about this show. Again, it's Monday right now, so I'm probably going to watch Raw later, so that's going to be an interesting night, but some of y'all probably already watched Raw, because I don't know when this video is going to come out. So for you future people, hopefully Raw went good, or however Raw went, I don't know, we'll watch it later. but all in all, I definitely also want to go say, like, I want to try to do like some video wise, mostly with the channel. I kind of want to do some more, try to get some like more football content, sort of, not really just sort of like Saints or LSU a lot, but just other kind of random content or whatever. And then also my What If series, probably try to get a video out if I can this week, or try to record, because I know it's been a while since I've done my What If series. If y'all have not watched it, I'll watch any of the videos. I'll probably leave a link in the description for my What If series, so definitely go check those out if you have not. So this is probably going to go down as one of my longest videos already, but it is worth it talking about a crazy weekend that we had. Anyway, with all that out of the way, try to go ahead and end this video. If you guys did enjoy this video and did actually make it through, make sure y'all like the video. Again, if you guys are new and haven't yet, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell for future videos on this channel. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.